Taurus, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-April 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Taurus collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. We are getting very close to your birthday season. Might already be Taurus season by the time you watch this. Who knows? It's Aries season right now for me, though. So let's get it going. What do we got for Taurus? And yes, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And then at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Taurus in mid-April, please. Let's see. Yeah, and there's been lots of powerful energy swirling around the whole zodiac in recent times. So what do we got? Whoa. Very analytical, very sharp, extremely smart. Okay, so there could be something about like how your mind is functioning. Hopefully it's in the positive. And this to me is always like very, very sharp type of energy, similar to the Sword of Truth. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the April subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit about this card. Interesting bit of imagery though, right? You see this monkey, it's dressed up like Shakespeare. It's holding a skull, contemplating its life. There's this typewriter, there's all sorts of numbers and binary code behind it. So to me, this is just an extremely intelligent type of energy. So for some of you, maybe your mind is working in a very good way. Hopefully you're not having like any mental fog or anything like that. Some of you, that could be the case. But I feel for the vast majority of you, you could be seeing the truth of something, or your mind could just be really sharp. And I would say this reminds me of the Ace of Swords. So it's like the type of individual that can cut to the heart of a problem or just see something logically, see it for what it is. So this could be really good. Now, in the rough sense, this could tie into similar energy that I saw for you last week, where you might just have like a heightened sense of thought, or where like your mind is like very, very active, and you might need some sort of release valve for this energy so it doesn't turn into something like anxiety. But to me, this is a really smart sign, really smart card. So we're just going to put it down right there. Let's get into tarot. And I always say the first card here, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright. We'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time for Taurus. What do we got? And while we shuffle this up, let's talk about last week's reading. I already mentioned it a little bit, but the reading was titled They Are Nervous. Now, I saw a lot of heightened mental activity. Okay, now I did feel for a big portion of you, this wasn't like your anxiety. It didn't feel like your nerves. I felt for a lot of you, maybe this was coming from outside yourself. So there might be people in your midst that are really going through some problems, or they were feeling something in a strong way. So I can't wait to see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to, just like we did last week. So let's get it going. 3 cards for Taurus. 3 cards to start us off. What do we got? And yeah, now that, especially since we have that first oracle card too, like it might be persisting a little bit. Okay, 5 of Wands. Been seeing a very, very similar energy in all the earth signs this week, so it doesn't surprise me. 5 of Wands could be very good. It could be extremely determined as well. But at the same time, we're going to need to keep an eye on it, whether it's internal or external. All right, 4 of Swords. Yeah, you might be taking a rest from something, taking a break from something, okay, or trying to let something cool off or calm down. If that's not you, it could be someone you're linked to that's like, all right, I'm just going to let this cool off a minute. I'm going to let this simmer. Let's get one more. Thank you. 2 of Pentacles. Okay. All right, that's good. So I feel like in the end, this energy is pushing towards a very positive place. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, we have an intriguing mixture of elements and energies at play. These 2 in the front are very much opposites, and we have the 2 of Pentacles on the back end. This reading, I mean, it does have the possibility to take a little bit of a left, but we're not going to go there just yet, because it's like very fiery, then calm. It's like the fire, air, explosive. Then we have this like balanced, juggly type of energy going on. But initially when I was pulling these cards, I'm getting the vibe of someone either like taking a break from something or trying to let something cool off or calm down. Obviously, that doesn't have to be the case for you, but let's go through piece by piece and really start to build out more of the story. Position number 1, we have the Five of Wands. Now, I always say, whenever this card comes out, you do not have to be an expert in tarot to understand what this card means. You see the 5 people, they're beating the tar out of each other with those sticks. So, of course, this card could represent conflict. It could represent problems and issues and tough situations. You name it, this card could be it. It could be multiple things that you're going through, multiple things that Spirit's throwing your way. So there could be something or someone that's really trying your patience or testing you when this card is here. It could literally just be disagreements too. Maybe there's just someone you're not really seeing eye to eye with. This could be an aggressive type of energy though too. So it could manifest as like anger or worst case scenario, like bitterness even. But there's a positive to this. Just like every card, there's positive and challenge. A positive of this Five of Wands is that it is extremely determined. You're going to see something through. Or I'm not going to quit on this. I'm going to see this through. Nothing is going to stop me. It doesn't matter how many people you put in front of me. It doesn't matter how many obstacles are here. This is really nice for that. Okay, it doesn't feel like something giving up. So we'll see how it all plays out, especially when we get to the clarifier. Moving to the center is where we get a total shift in the energy, because we go from like all this hyped up, fiery, like rampant type of energy into the very quiet, serene Four of Swords. Okay, now some of you could just be contemplating something, especially with what we had here in the beginning with the mental activity. Now we have a sword card, which is mental activity. There could be something you're taking the time to really digest it. You could be contemplating. This is a card that has a lot of spiritual connotations as well. It could speak about meditation, deep state, altered states, things like that. So it could be nice. It could also represent your rest and sleep too. So like with the Five of Wands moving into the Four of Swords, you might really need to take a rest. Now, that doesn't just mean in personal connections. It might just be life in general, especially if you've been juggling a lot of things or you have your hands full or you're very busy or you're dealing with a lot. Spirit could be asking you to like, listen, take some time for yourself, rest and recuperate here. And yeah, like I said, someone could be having sleep problems when this card is in the mix. So when I see these two energies together, it's like, all right, well, let's let this simmer down. You might need to let something breathe a little bit. Okay, that's another vibe too. Once again, how these elements play. Whenever we mix fire into the air, that's explosive. It's like a spark plug type of energy. However, as we get to the very back end, we have our good pal here, the Two of Pentacles. So you see this person, this is an extremely universal type of energy. Now, yeah, this could be said as someone juggling because the person's literally juggling. So maybe you just have a lot on your plate. Maybe you have a lot of things that you're dealing with, or your mind is in a lot of places. But generally, I see this card as a beautiful energy of harmony, things coming into a state of balance and a state of stasis. So with these energies, the way it was playing off, I do feel like there could be something coming into a state of balance for you or improving eventually. We just really need to see, but there's this underlying theme too of either someone letting something cool off, or like if you haven't heard from someone, they're probably just trying to let something simmer down. I want to dive deeper on all of it, Taurus. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay. Let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. What do we got? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Five of Wands. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Taurus, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Five of Wands time. Thank you. Strength. All right, so if you are going through a hard situation, a tough situation, you do have the strength, literally, to get through whatever this challenge might be, this problem might be, this situation. I do feel it in a really strong way. And it could be something you are taking very seriously. So I do feel for some of you, whether it's a serious situation or a problem where it's like, no, listen, I'm going to take this seriously. I'm not just laughing this off. The Strength card could represent a Leo that you're connected to for some of you. Notice another thing, this also has an infinity sign. This has an infinity sign. There's this beautiful spiritual support around the Taurus collective. So just know that you're receiving a lot of support from the spirit side. Beautiful source type of energy. But the Strength card does speak about your inner well of strength, your character, your determination. So once again, if you are going through problems, whether it's difficult people or within your relationships, you do have the strength to get through something. So if you've been doubting that, like, oh, I don't know how much longer I could deal with this, or I don't know how I'm going to deal with this, this is Spirit saying, look, you're going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. Okay, it's going to be fine. You're going to get through this. That's how it feels to me. So I feel like this is a very, very positive energy right here on the front end. Okay, now, once again, I do feel like, yeah, there could be a situation if you're not dealing with it yet that could pop up. And if that's the case, if something pops up that's you're not dealing with right now, Spirit could be telling you, like, listen, take it seriously, handle it quickly. Okay, don't let something sit on the back burner. If you see a problem or a situation pop up, handle it quickly. That's just the energy here. And I know Taurus energy doesn't like to be rushed into action, but I feel like something will need your attention if it doesn't already. Let's keep moving over to the Four of Swords. I mean, it doesn't feel like Ten of Swords energy here. It doesn't seem like anything we should be like full alarm about, but something needs your attention. Let's see why the Four of Swords is here. I really want to get to that Two of Pentacles to see how it all might come together. Thank you. All right, yeah, 10 Wands underneath this Four of Swords. You need a break. You need a rest, okay? And I know I already just mentioned, like, oh, yeah, if something pops up, you should handle it quickly. Absolutely, but these could be separate things showing up. All fire here on the front end, okay? That's one thing I want to really bring to your attention, because the dominant element within this spread, 3 of the 5 cards out right now are fire energy, which can be unpredictable. Now, the 10 Wands is a card, like, these two energies in the center go together like peanut butter and jelly. They really do, because whenever you're in 10 of Wands mode, heavy, burdensome, tired, boom, this Four of Swords is the answer to that. So when I see them together, I don't even need to go intuitive, because it's Spirit saying, like, listen, Taurus needs a break, or Taurus needs to let something recuperate or rest. Like, listen, yeah, handle it, give it the attention it needs, but then let it simmer down. Like, handle the problem, then take a step back. Handle it, and then no pressure. That's kind of like the energy I'm picking up here. Don't over pressurize yourself in any way, and don't pressurize the situation. Do what you can to help solve it or fix it, and then boom, you take some rest and recuperation here. Take your health very seriously in this time, Taurus, with the 10 of Wands and the Four of Swords too. Specifically, some of you, if you've been battling an illness, or if someone you're connected to is battling an illness, this energy is like, okay, like, this person really needs some time to recuperate fully. Watch your neck, back, and spine as well. That's another message for a portion of you. But the main vibe I'm picking up here is to let something breathe. Let it take a break. Let it take a rest. Let's keep moving over to that Two of Pentacles. Maybe some of you just need a vacation, right? Maybe you just need to get away for a little bit. That could just be it right there. Like, get away from the day-to-day grind. Like, the messages don't always have to be super intricate in tarot. Sometimes it's very straightforward, and I always try to keep it that way. Let's go in on that Two of Pentacles. You know, I know, you know, if I'm here pulling out like 50 different cards, giving you all these different messages, it could get you overwhelmed. So I feel like there's something attached to this message as well about, like, keeping something simple. Keeping it simple. All right, let's go in on that Two of Pentacles. So whatever problem or situation you're dealing with, like, the resolution might be a little more simpler than you're making it out to be, or it might be simpler than you think. So let's go. Four of Pentacles in reverse. This is good. Okay, so this is an energy here on the back end. It might take a little bit of time to get the result you want out of something, or it may take a little bit of time to, like, finally cross the finish line. And I know Tauruses have a lot of staying power in life in general. Like, listen, when you commit to something, you're in it for the long haul. The Four of Pentacles, if it was in the upright there, then I would be more concerned. I would say, yeah, that's clamped down. It's not budging. It's not moving. The fact that it's in reverse here underneath the Two of Pentacles is really good. I do feel you eventually releasing some sort of burden, or something that's burdening you, or something that may be bothering you, where it's like, listen, I did what I can. I'm not making it worse. And it is what it is. It's like giving me that kind of energy here on the back end. The Four of Pentacles in reverse also speaks about something freeing up, something getting better. So for a portion of you, there might be something good in regards to your finance, money, work situations here, where it's like, okay, I see it a little different. I feel something freeing up for you on the back end, which is obviously the result that you want. with all the stuff we were seeing here on the front, it feels like it's going to take a little bit of time to cross the finish line. So I don't feel like that's super intense or intricate as well. Let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card here, Taurus. Your messages, yeah, they were coming through straightforward, like from the jump, like with this top row. And it's like it got reiterated even more as we pressed through. But position number one, we have the Five of Wands, the people beating each other down with the Strength card. Whatever it is you're going through right now, whether it is financial, whether it is relationships, you do have the staying power, the strength, the character to really get through it. So just know that. If there is a situation you're dealing with, take it seriously. Whether it pops up right now or it's something you've been dealing with for a little bit, Spirit's saying like, listen, take care of it, take it seriously, do what you can type of energy. Moving to the center, we have the Four of Swords, 10 of Wands in the upright. Yeah, whatever this is that's been showing up, take it seriously, do what you can, but then step away from it for a little bit, or just like take a step back and don't pressurize it. Do what you can to try to resolve something and then say, okay, I did what I can. That's a big vibe. A lot of you really pay attention to your health in this time, especially if you're going through any ailments or sicknesses. Like, this is Spirit saying somebody needs a time of recovery. And I also threw out the message for some of you, you might just need to get away for a few days. You might just need a little vacation. On to the back end, we have the Two of Pentacles with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. It's going to take a little while to get the result you want, but it is coming in nonetheless, or something will improve eventually. But to me, it's like a slow burn, and that's okay, right? Like, we shouldn't always have to rush things with all this fire energy. It's like slower could be better sometimes. So I would expect this energy or whatever it is you're going through to resolve itself, or at least open up. And if you're not going through any big issues right now, a lot of you could have a big increase in the monetary in this time. So yeah, Taurus, please take a screenshot of that. Let's get your shadow card now. So let's see what's in the shadows for Taurus. And yes, I always like to pull one of these at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. There could be good energies here as well. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love and appreciation for all my members. I really do. So let's get you one shadow card here. What do we got in the shadows for Taurus? Okay, all right, we'll take it. Okay, we have the Justice card. Yeah, sometimes there are things in life where there's not much you can do, right? Sometimes you just need to put it in Spirit's hands. That's something I think of whenever justice shows up. Now, for a portion of you, this energy could be speaking about a Libra or somebody with Libra placements you're connected to. Lady Justice is the karmic hands, right? This is the karmic energy, the strongest one in the whole deck, in my opinion. Now, if this isn't a person or a decision or a choice, this card could be a little warning for some of you about anything contractual. Okay, so whether it's a lease, whether it's a renter's agreement, whether it's a new vehicle, anything you're putting your signature on, just be very careful about it whenever it shows up here within the shadows. But yeah, this card is something that eventually does come into balance, and there could be certain things where it's in Spirit's hands. Okay, and I know for some of you that might not be the answer you're trying to seek, but that is a big thing. Like, yeah, sometimes you do what you can, but then the rest is in the hands of Spirit to make it right. So take from that information what you will. I don't feel like this is a rough energy. I don't feel like karma's coming at you. Just be careful about anything legal as well. So Taurus, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the April subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you could check out my digital calendar and schedule at mastermetaphysics.com. And if you got your name in for the March subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced on April 1st. But for the April subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot in Wonderland. It's one of my favorite decks. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, if you had to switch your zodiac sign, which sign would you choose to be out of the whole 12? So if you do that, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love. And I'll see you soon.